What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to KvltDeFi. This is the channel where we bring you really the latest and greatest in innovations in tech in decentralized finance. More specifically in the DevJacob ecosystem, which now encompasses a few different blockchains, really, if you think about it. Wow, really, thanks very much for joining me back again. This is the regular weekly update on all of the different projects in the DevJacob ecosystem. Usually what I tried to do over the space of the week, because honestly, things change so fast and there's so many updates and there's so many everything going on all the time that it's difficult to try and condense it all into one. But we will endeavor to continue, I guess. Let's just jump into the chat, say hello to everyone before we get rolling. Who have we got? We've got Warasinga, BNB Mafia, Pulse Mafia Gang, when land tiles. Yes, land tiles. Land tiles will be coming. Land tiles will be coming. Zanan says land and water. Yes. Hey, I put a post out, I think it was today. I don't know if it was today or yesterday now, about these land tiles, right? There's going to be such a land grab for these things. So if you don't have your keys for Mafia, I suggest you stock up on your keys, because if it's a thing that you will have to literally start purchasing them off the marketplace, I anticipate that the price might start rising up. Okay, so get them while you can, really. Get woke by this awesome intro. Yeah, really. Again, I have to give props to Archie. Archie makes these videos and he is on top of his game so far. Absolutely top of his game. Arne says double. Thanks very much. Arne sends messages saying that he's waiting for these streams like 6 hours before the streams happen. So thanks very much. I really do appreciate that. Lord Monty Smythe, hello, Dommy lad. He says, evening all. I hope everyone's good. Yes, we are all good. We are. Bacon Icon, Crypto Furio's in the house. Thanks very much for joining us, Crypto Furio. Matt says, heard Archie's fell off the top 10. Well, we shall have a look at that. We shall have a look at that. And Yofosha says, you heard wrong. I love all the banter. I really do love all the banter. Before I get into it, actually, no, I'll leave Mafia to Mafia. All right. But, you know, I go through all the streams. Usually what I do is start with Signum Oracle, right? Might as well just do that now, right? Anyone that's here that doesn't know what it is, Signum Oracle is the first decentralized Oracle that we have on Pulse Chain, right? We are waiting for this for a number of our projects, and I know that there are a bunch of other projects too that are waiting, right? If you don't already know, I did a AMA with Stu about 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago now. It's on the channel. If you're watching on YouTube, just check it out. It's there. We pretty much run through everything. Testnet is live on mainnet. Right, and what you can do, you can go to this website, testnet.signum.run. You go in there. Basically, if you're interested in being a reporter for Signum, what you can do, you can just go in there right now, put in a wallet address, and you can claim 75,000 of these Signum test tokens. Right. If you go into there, you can see there that they have the Twitter and Telegram. Go into their Telegram and have a look around and ask some questions, because setting up to become a reporter apparently is pretty easy. I personally haven't done it myself yet, but I will. Basically, they need as many reporters as possible to make sure that the system is robust. And go in and check it out and test it out, right? With our protocols, I mean, we're going to go through them all. We need an Oracle for pretty much all of them, so we need this Oracle to be up and running pretty quick snap. Especially the RNG features, right? You know that we need the RNG features for a lot of our stuff. So go and do that. We can see right now that they've got 131 people have actually claimed. I think, look, we've got 14 people here. Why don't you all just go and do it now, right? Just go and literally just go and test it out, right? Because we need this Oracle as soon as possible, right? People are constantly asking. People are constantly asking in the various telegrams that we have, when this, when that. If you are one of those people and you're here, right, thank you very much for joining us. If you see anyone in the chats that are asking when this, when update, when whatever, then send them a link to one of these streams, because this is where we get the news all the time, right? This is where we actually do all this stuff, you know. So that is really Signum Oracle. I don't have any time frames on it. What you can do is go into Telegrams and have a look, because really They're very, very active. They have a good community in there. And if you have any questions, go and do it. Basically, if you become a reporter and you report properly and everything goes well, you can earn good money from this. I think Fast Abdul said on the stream a while ago that he believes that being a reporter for Signum, you can probably earn more money than being a post-chain validator. So, take that as you wish. Like, do something with it. Knowledge is power, and that is pretty good. Right. Next, I want to go into our dear old favorite, BNB pot. Right, BNB pot. Again, anyone that's in here that doesn't know, BNB pot was it is the world's first truly decentralized player versus player casino on chain. Right. When we had the sacrifice for Pulse pot way back in the day, everything was ready. The casino was ready, but Pulse chain wasn't ready itself. So the decision was made by Jacob and team to launch on the Binance Smart Chain as BNB pot. Right. It's been going now for a while. There's a lot of good games on there. Right? So this is the jackpot. We can see that there's a couple of people here betting already. $240. Nice little pot. This is the one that I talk about all the time because I think that this roulette is absolutely amazing. Right, it's amazing tech. Chainlink does all the RNG stuff for here. Again, an oracle. That's why we need another oracle. We need an oracle on Pulse-Chain so we can bring this over to PulseBot, basically. We can see here that this table is the BNBP table. So this is the native token, BNB pot token. Right now, $112,000 in liquidity on this roulette table right now. Got a couple of bets there. People are waiting to spin. This game is going to be hugely, hugely successful, not just on PulseBot, but in MAFIA. If you're lucky enough to get one of the roulette tables, you basically will have this game in MAFIA where people that are playing in MAFIA can play on your roulette table, making you effectively become the house, right? And by becoming the house, obviously you get the house edge, which means that over time you should be really guaranteed to make some money. Not only that, I know that people are buying and selling these and trading them, and some of the families are trying to do over-the-counter deals right now to try and sew up all these, basically, because they kind of really are a moneymaker if you think about it. I mean, there's a reason that Vegas is a business, right? Roulette tables, having the house edge and roulette table is pretty good. I think the return to player on the roulette was 94.7%. I think I saw someone talking about that. So yeah, so get having the house edge of what, 6%. It's pretty good. There's other games on here too, which will also be coming over to PulseBot. One is the Powerball. Basically, a Powerball is like a big version of the jackpot. It's a jackpot that goes on for a number of days, right? In this case, we can see here we did one for the Vote Inno community as well as our own token. That was so it goes on for 3 days. So during that 3 days, as many people as possible can literally enter into this Powerball, and it's just like a lottery, right? So the RNG will pick a winner, and that winner gets paid everything out minus the 3% fee, which in all the casino projects that we have, 3% fee is used to go back and buy and burn the native tokens from the DEX out of existence forever, right? So really, really good stuff. Another one which we have, which I think will be very successful over on PulsePot, will be the fortune wheel, right? So this fortune wheel, you place a bet, you basically put in a bet. If it spins on you, literally you can see it's win, lose, but then you have multiples, right? So you can get a 2x, 10x, 15x, 25x. I think there's 100, and I think there's one there, 1,000x as well. So you can literally get 1,000x on this thing, right? I don't see that we've had any. I don't think anyone's got 1,000x yet, but we can see here what we've got: a few 5x's, few 5x's, few 2x's. But yeah, again, another game that we need the Oracle for to get over onto PulsePot, right? Then we have things down here like sports betting and price calls. We already know that sports betting and price calls have sort of morphed into Pulse Predict. We'll get to Pulse Predict as well during this stream. But yeah, we can see here, look, it's going absolutely. I mean, all the games are pretty much ready. There's one game that is not ready, and it's probably going to realistically probably going to be the most successful game when it comes out, and that is video slots, right? Jacob and team. This has been they've had it for a while now. It's all tried and tested, but they solved the problem with decentralized video slots, complete decentralized video slots. It's kind of something pretty revolutionary, really, when you think about it. And the boys have done it. So again, once we have an oracle, they'll be coming over to Pulsepot. And also on MAFIA, just the same way you can have roulette tables on MAFIA, you can also have these video slots. So as soon as we have the oracles in place, we can start to implement some of this stuff. Okay, that is BNB pot, right? Let's get over to its sister, or older brother, I guess, because this is kind of really the original one, but it didn't come around until PulseChain came around. But Pulsepot, right? So we know already right now on Pulsepot, we have this jackpot, right? Anyone that doesn't know, actually, because I know we're probably going to have a few people here that are probably in here just because they want to find out what's going on with Mafia, right? Some of the newer people, maybe some from the newer families. So it'd be a good idea to come over here and have a look. Here we go. We can actually see in the comments here already. Matt has said, is anyone doing a crypto Plinko? Well, let me show you this. So over on Pulsepot, we do have a Plinko game. We have a Plinko game, and you can actually bet with a number of different tokens. I don't have a wallet connected right now, but you can play with majority of the PulseChain tokens on here. Basically, what you would do, it's a 50-50 chance, right? Because it's Plinko. So someone will put in, we can see here that the last game that was put in, someone put in $10, right, worth of Pulse. Someone took the other side of that bet. And then again, after, you know, the everything drops down and we get a result, basically that winner gets their payout instantly minus a 3% fee. And the 3% fee, again, is used to go back to the DEX, buy PLSP, Pulsepot token, off the DEX, and burn it forever, right? With these casino projects, there's only ever 1 million tokens in existence to begin with, right? And then, as soon as the games start, that 3% fee from the winners of all the different games just goes back and buys and burns from the DEX, buys and burns from the DEX all day long. We can see here, actually, if we have a look, on the left, we can see here we have this burn button going here, and then we'll be able to actually see how many of these tokens have actually been burned. So we can see here now, look, so far, and we launched this on the 7th of January. Yeah, Pulsepot went live on the 7th of January. In that time, we've burnt 4.67% of all the tokens that will ever exist, right? And that equates to 46,727 tokens. So these tokens are being burned. You know, if you are lucky enough to have some of these tokens, like, you don't have to bet with these tokens, obviously, because in the game, you can actually bet with a number of different PulseChain tokens. I think there's probably 20. You know, obviously all the RH tokens, some of the meme tokens, I think you can bet with Teddy Bear and things like that. Sorry, scratchy throat. Yeah, so as well as Plinko, what we do have, we literally have a coin toss game. So it kind of runs on the same principle as Plinko, really. I mean, it's just a 50-50. So someone literally creates a price call, a coin toss. They will say, you know, if it's, you can do it in tokens even, right? So we can see here, look at the very last one. The very last one, someone just bet $1. Someone bet $1 of Pulse, and then someone bet $1 of Hex. Okay, and we can see here actually that it was the Hex player that won, right? So one of the things which really stood out about Pulsepot, because you can play in so many different tokens, right? If we look at the jackpot game, go back to the jackpot game for a second. If we look at the jackpot game, okay, so there's no limit to how many people can play or enter around, right? So the way that the whole game works is, as soon as 2 players have entered, then we start a countdown, a 3-minute countdown. We can see 3 minutes on here. After that 3 minutes, or sorry, during that 3 minutes, as many players as want to enter can enter. Players can enter multiple times, right? And you can enter in, like I say, a number of different tokens. So I think at one stage, I think we probably had, you know, maybe 8 or 9 different tokens that were in here. And at the end of that countdown, the RNG will choose a winner, right? That winner will get that entire little bag of tokens in their wallet, minus the 3% fee, obviously, because if you won, you pay the fee. It's absolutely amazing way to get new tokens, right? It's an amazing way for founders, really. It's an amazing way for founders to get their tokens out there. I think Randy Halarski was playing this with his Nope token, and he said, "What a beautiful way of like this, like stealth marketing for your token, because you can just enter rounds, and people will literally play with your token, right? People will win your token as they go." So I thought that was really, really cool. I think the casino projects are absolutely amazing. We do know, right, that in a few months there's going to be a complete rebrand, because the name BNB Pot and Pulse Pot originally, when the boys came up with the idea, it was just going to be this jackpot game. Obviously, that's morphed now into other games, so it's not really BNB Pot or Pulse Pot anymore, right? It's turned into something else. So the new project is going to be called, or the new protocol is going to be called onchain.bet, and it's basically going to be all the different games that we have, all in under one house, right, on one side, and it's actually going to be chain agnostic, right? So that it's actually, you're going to be able to play on different chains. Right now, obviously, we're on BNB and Pulse. What's you saying? I need to refresh something. Yeah, there we go. So we can see that in the future, right, it's going to be, we're going to be on multiple different chains. So be multiple different chains, multiple different games being played, and basically you can, you know, play with, imagine the number of tokens you'll be able to play with then. Again, it's pretty fantastic because you can go to different chains that maybe you don't really have much exposure to right now, you know, have a couple of games, and you never know, you might win a little goodie bag of tokens, right? And, you know, it's up to you what you want to do with those tokens, whether you want to hold them, save them, get rid of them, whatever. Arne says he likes Chain Race. Yeah, Chain Race is pretty cool. We'll have a look at that in a second. Oh, so this is you playing, Arne. Thanks very much. Appreciate it. Yes, okay, actually, sorry, I will get back to that, right? So your question there, BNB Pot is stuck. Yes, we know that BNB Pot is stuck. Basically, what happens is at the end of these countdowns on the games, we have a hot wallet, right? And the hot wallet usually just pays the gas for the transaction. But that's going to be stopped. So basically, at the end of these rounds in the future, it's going to be up to the players. So literally, you just press a button, you know, pay your little bit of gas, and you will get the wheel in motion. It works out a lot easier than people actually using the hot wallet. Yes, hang on a second. Yeah. Oh, I lost you. Oh no, gonna miss the spin. All right, just give me 2 seconds. I'll just get you back here. Yeah, so basically the way it's going to work, everything's going to be turned over into on-chain, right? So I will tell you, and I've said it before, and I will absolutely say it again. You're missing the spin. I can see it here on the other screen. Okay, Aaron, it looks like you lost. No, I'm sorry. Share my screen again. Yeah, sorry about that one. Just when the spin was happening as well. So yeah, so basically that winner, we can see here, that winner, they bet $5 against Arne's 67 cents. And yeah, they won. So they won with an 88% chance, right? And we can see here that from that, so the total jackpot was $5.50, and 17 cents was accumulated in fees just from that little spin, right? We have seen, if we go scroll down, look at some of the other bets from today: $29, $10, $42, $105. You know, so we can see this. These games are just being played constantly, right? I mean, really constantly. To date, we've done 59,638 rounds of jackpot, just jackpot alone. So that's what. So basically, all of those fees were being used to go back and buy the token, right? And what is Domi saying here in the chat? Domi is saying, I think the catchphrase is coming. Yeah, yeah. I do. It's becoming a bit of a cliche for me to say it, but it's true, and I'm going to continue to say it because it's true, right? I don't believe that you have enough BNB, or you don't have enough. So you don't have enough BNB, PLSP in your wallets, personally. Right, that's what I believe. It's not financial advice, obviously, but when we go to on-chain, I know, I can tell you, I know some of the plans that the guys have, and they're pretty spectacular. So I would suggest that you think about boosting your bag. Okay, I'd suggest it. Not financial advice, obviously, not financial advisor. But I might know a little bit what I'm talking about. Right? I know what I'm talking about. So yeah, my advice: do it. Right, I'm going back to this screen. I don't like that one. I like that one. Yes. So do yourself a favor and really have a look. Think about it. If you are new here, please do me a favor. Like this, subscribe it. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell if you want. I'm here every Tuesday, but I do streams throughout the week. I do a lot of AMAs, and I have people on stream with me and stuff like that. So if you are new here, please do that. If you're watching us on X, thanks very much. Please like and retweet. Leave a comment down there. Basically, it costs you nothing, and it really helps your algorithm, right? Get us out there. Basically, the reason that I do this is because we need to try and push this further afield, right? We live in this little corner of crypto, and some of the tech that we have here is absolutely outstanding, and more people need to know about it. Right, that's just how it is. More people absolutely need to know about it. So let's just do that and keep the ball rolling. Okay, right. That was basically Pulsepot. Now there is something big happening in 20 days. I think 20 odd days, and we need to know about it. It's going to really affect us. It's going to really affect crypto. And we all know it is the upcoming US election, right? The US election is getting pretty heated at the minute. I mean, it's getting down to crunch time, and we know who we want to win because we all live in crypto. This is our little thing, and I don't think both candidates have the same feeling about crypto. So you need to think who do you want to win, right? If you are pretty brave in your assumption on who you want to win, you can go over here to postpredict.io. Postpredict.io is kind of a sister project to the casinos, right? Because what this enables you to do, it enables you to make sports bets, right? We've done that. We've done sports betting already, and you can do price call betting. Price call betting is something which is absolutely massive for crypto. Everyone does price predictions, even if you do them in your own head, right? You know, because you buy something and you want number to go up, right? So if you think about your price predictions, if you do TA and you like your TA and people follow you because you do TA and you want to prove how good you are at TA, you can literally go over to Post Predict and you can set up, you know, your number of price calls or whatever, and you will actually get on a little dashboard, and that dashboard will literally show you your success rates and stuff like that. You know, it'll go through all of that kind of thing. And if you are someone who does TA maybe on some social media somewhere, you can use this platform to actually go and show people how good you are. That will get you maybe more subscribers. If you sell subscriptions to your thing, maybe you get, you know, a few more subscriptions. And really, I mean, go head to head with other people, right? We can't, like right now, yes, you can do the bets and you can create some price calls, but we can't really go en masse with this until we have the Oracle in place, because we need to make sure that all the reporting, the numbers that we're getting, are absolutely accurate, right? They have to be absolutely on point, you know. So again, this is one of the things that we're just waiting for the Oracle for. But I mean, right now you can do things like we go in here. Look, you can see. So we have the election coming up. The election is, so you literally have 20 days, 1 hour and 33 minutes to join these bets if you want to. Okay. I would absolutely say that no, I won't. I won't. I'm not gonna do any predictions. I'm not gonna say anything like that at all. Actually, let's see. Crypto Fury just commented here. Actions speak louder. One candidate is now attempting to pander to crypto. One candidate is creating crypto products and projects. Yeah, even if it's for their own gain. Look, I totally get that. I can tell you what though. I've looked around for a bit and I listened to a few people talking about this worldwide Liberty Finance or whatever it's called. What is it? Is it a stablecoin? Is it just a lending platform? I don't exactly. I mean, I haven't looked into it enough to really understand what it is yet. Right? I'm assuming it's going to be some sort of lending. Right? I'm assuming it's going to be. I mean, a stablecoin would kind of make sense, I guess, for that kind of level. But I listened to one of the. I don't know if it was an AMA. I don't know if it's an AMA podcast I listened to, or if it was a Twitter Spaces. Maybe it was a Spaces, and that was from a couple of weeks ago, and I didn't understand what it was about. They didn't actually say what the product was. I still don't know what the product is, but I mean, maybe it's come out now in the last couple of weeks, and I just haven't seen it. But I mean, up to now, yeah. So one of the candidates is doing stuff. And one of the candidates is not really doing anything. Plus, we don't like Mr. Gensler, especially Hexagons and Pulsagons people. We don't like Mr. Gensler. And one candidate has said that he's going to be out the door on day one. So yeah, think about that. Right. Okay. So yeah, look, go in and place your bets. It's really, really easy. Literally just place your bet. You can choose how much you want to put into this pool. Basically, whoever wins, so whichever candidate wins, whoever's done all these bets to create all these bets, they will get their share of the pool relevant to what they bet. Okay. So right now, look, there's $300 in this. I know that obviously it's the last 20 days. This has been active now for I think a few weeks. But it's only going to be now when we start getting out to crunch time. So I would be expecting we'll start to see this pool value go up and up and up now. And in the meantime, we can just, sit back and enjoy ourselves, basically. Outside of that, we have the Mike Tyson, Jake Paul fight, right? That is also coming. You can also bet on that. If it opens. It's not opening. Okay, maybe that needs to be updated. Yeah, it needs to be updated. That's okay. And Crypto Fury says the other candidate has a rumor about Gensler becoming Treasury Secretary. Wow. Okay. Well, look, if you are in crypto, if you value your bags, I would suggest you do your homework and bet on the person. Vote for the person if you're in the US, or if you're a US citizen, you can vote. Vote for the person who's going to do right for crypto, who's going to do right for your bags. Okay. Because look, at the end of the day, it's for 4 years. One candidate has already proven that in that 4 years, nothing really went wrong, I guess. I mean, nothing really went wrong. And the other one, we can see that in the last 3.5 years, stuff is going wrong. Stuff is going wrong. So I don't see how another 4 years of the same that we just had is going to make any difference to us. Dalton is here. Dalton says, hey, Dalton. Dalton says, don't know much about World Legacy Finance, but it seems to me like it's its own blockchain, or perhaps a fork of Ava. Yeah, so I thought it was going to be something to do with lending. To be honest, it's probably going to be something to do with lending, and I guess they'll tie a stablecoin into it on some stage, right? It's about making money, of course it is, but it's a good way to hedge. It's a good way to hedge TradFi and what we're doing over on this side, right? And bear in mind, we're doing some pretty cool stuff. If we talk about stable coins, actually, we'll get to that in a moment. Anyone that's here, if you don't know about these so much about these projects that I'm talking about right now, because you might, again, like I say, you might be here just for MAFIA specifically, jump into the telegrams, ask about the other telegrams, right? All of these different protocols that we're talking about have their own telegrams. You can jump in there and ask questions, right? We have a fantastic community. You will find that some of the community members are in all of them, right? Because the community members maybe found Jacob ecosystem through one project, and then as Jacob was launching other projects, they decided to jump into those too. Okay, so that's why this is all growing and growing. But like I say, with onchain.bet is going to be the casino projects and this predict project. Okay, so really do your homework, have a look, and I would suggest, not financial advice, obviously, I'm just a guy on the internet who talks about cool stuff, but I would suggest that you might not have enough casino coins. You might not have enough, because when onchain.bet comes around, big things are happening. Big things are definitely happening. Okay, let's just have a look here at the leaderboard quickly before we leave. Right, so the global rank leaderboard. Wow, leaderboard has paid out 165 million predict tokens. Basically, the predict token is actually not live yet, right? So if you utilize the platform, do stuff on the platform, you get rewarded in these predict tokens. Right now, to date, there's 1.7 billion predict tokens to be given out, right? The token is not live yet. So when the token goes live, obviously it'll have its own LP and it'll just be another token that's out there. In the meantime, you can earn these tokens by doing stuff. We can see here, look, so global rank number 1, Black Girl, has a 75% win rate on her price predictions, and she's made a total of 323 bets, and she's up $1,700, right? 75% win chance. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. For that many, wow. Because here, look, second place, John Anthony has an 80% chance. He's done 189 different bets. So wow, that's pretty good going. See, if you're a TA person and your TA is pretty good, you come in here and do this, and you can literally show this to potential subscribers or potential, people who might buy your course or whatever it is that you're doing. Wow, I think that's pretty cool. That went up since the last time. Wow, she's doing well. Okay, now I want to get on to what I think is probably going to be my favorite Jacob ecosystem project as we move forward. I mean, MAFIA is great because it's a nice game, play the game, but there is this thing called PUSD Algo, okay, which is postchainusd.io, if you want to have a look at the website. Basically, what postchainusd.io is an algorithmic stablecoin that Jacob and the boys have put together. And through the algorithmic stablecoin system, they have literally solved the problems with algorithmic stablecoins. They believe that they have solved the problems that, for example, that Luna had when it minted itself into infinity, and they can do it through a series of stability miners. Okay, I have a series of videos which I'm launching. Right, I'm going to be dropping on you over the next few days and next few weeks, actually, about this system. Right, I want to tell you this. There was already a working prototype for this. Right, it was already there, and the peg for the stablecoin, which is PUSD, basically postchain USD, PUSD. The peg was held so strong. It was like, honestly, it was like a flat line. It was just flat line. It was absolutely perfect, right? And it's done through a series of stability miners, and it's the community that can set up and manage these stability miners. And by doing that, you get rewards in another token called Flex by utilizing the system. So it's basically a multi-token ecosystem where you can basically mint your own stable coins, right? You can mint your own stable coins. I think that this has the potential to be a flagship product for Postchain. And I also think that it would be the kind of project, really the kind of product that would be forked back from Postchain to other blockchains. It is literally going to be that good, right? There is currently a sacrifice open for this, right? I know some people are telling me that they have a bit of sacrifice fatigue because they sacrificed for a bunch of different projects. Some of them did better than others, all that type of thing. I totally understand that. I mean, I get it. But I remember when the sacrifices were around, because I sacrificed for a few of them as well. And I remember that people were kind of just sacrificing for kind of everything, a bit of everything. This is actually a project or a protocol that's coming up, which, like I say, it has the potential to be a flagship product for Postchain, right? So I said there's a sacrifice open. What you can do in the description of this video, if you're watching this on YouTube, in the description of this video, I have a referral link in there. Basically, what you do, if you make a sacrifice, you will get your own referral link straight away. You can use that to send it around to your friends, buddies, your communities. If you are here and you have a pretty large following community, I would, again, not financial advice, obviously, but when a good project comes around, you have to take notice and you have to really think about it. And you think, is this actually worth it, right? And this, I believe, and I'm not the only one, I believe that this is absolutely worth it, okay? So in my, in the description below, you will see that I have a 20% referral fee. So what you can do, if you make a sacrifice, whatever you sacrifice, you will get a 20% bonus on top of that, okay? If you sacrifice more than $1,000, you get a secondary bonus, which is basically an RNG bonus. So it's a randomness generator. You will get on top of your sacrifice, so on top of your sacrifice plus the 20%, then you will get between 1.01 and up to a 2x on top of that, okay? So the way that I like to explain it to people, if you were to sacrifice $5,000, let's say, okay, with my 20% bonus, that will turn into 6,000, okay? If you are lucky enough through the randomness generator to get a 2x, so you've literally turned 5,000 into 6 with the bonus and then into 12, okay? It is literally that simple. Someone, I can't say who you are, obviously, because I just know wallet address, but someone sacrificed last week and they managed to get a 1.87% multiplier on there. So, okay, so literally they got 80% on top. I would absolutely recommend that you look into this, right? Stay tuned on the channel. Maybe do hit the notification bell because I'm dropping videos on this. So I'm going to break it down. I'm going to very simply, I'm going to talk about exactly what it is, exactly how it works, and you decide for yourself, okay? Because I think that this has the potential to be something pretty revolutionary. Fixing our algorithm with stablecoin. I can't even say how bullish I am about that, okay? Because it's something else, you know. So if you are watching on YouTube, have a look in the description. You can click the referral link. They'll just bring you to the website. You don't have to sacrifice anything straight away. Have a look around. Actually, you don't even have to use my sacrifice link either. There are many going around there, but the sacrifice links, they go up to, the sacrifice amounts go up to 20%. This is the maximum, okay? If you want the maximum on it, you can do that. But if you are going to sacrifice, use someone's link. You don't have to use this one, but just use someone's, okay? I mean, it makes sense. You get yourself a little bonus. Okay, so stay tuned for that because that is coming. And it's pretty shit hot, actually. I really, really, really like what we're doing here. And it's going places. It's going places. But again, we need the oracle and we need to hit the sacrifice number, right? We're literally halfway there, I think. About halfway there. We know in crypto that can jump up overnight. Literally, we can have the sacrifice done soon, really, really soon. And then we just need to wait for the oracle, right? So according to the Signum guys, the oracle is literally kind of on its way. It'll be here soon. So stay tuned on that one. All right, I will stop sharing that tab. But really, guys, you need to check this out. If you're watching on Twitter, the pinned link on my profile page is actually that the link to the website. So go and have a look at it. What is this again? It keeps going defaulting to this page. I like this one. Okay, so yeah, please go and have a look over on X. Go and have a look at Pulsion USD. See what it's all about. Do your homework. Read through the documents. Make sure that you're, you're. I don't want to say. Make sure you understand this, right? Because when you understand this, it makes so much sense. It makes so much sense that it's something that you probably, I mean, I hate to say it, but I don't think you can afford to miss out. I don't think you can afford to miss out on an algorithmic stablecoin, right? Remember what Luna did, right? This is basically PUSD is a stablecoin. Algo, ALGO, is going to be basically the Luna. The Luna, right? And we know what Luna did. Luna did like 1.6 million%. I think it was 1.6 million%, right? Bottom to top before it all came down again. This fixes that. So it makes sense to get in and do this. And literally, this can be a perpetual feeding cycle. Right? You'll see it all in my videos coming up. I don't want to give too much away now. But if you're on the fence about it, go and do your homework, read the documents. Right? You can also go to Hex Token's channel, Superman. He did an AMA with Jacob. It's a few months ago now. But on his playlist, he has a playlist which breaks down all the different parts as well. So, and that is pretty good video. So you need to be watching that too. Okay. So go and do that, scout around, have a look. And if you're not convinced, then can't help you any further. But I am 100% behind this. Again, flagship product for Pulse-Chain, something that can be forwarded to other chains. If you hold all your bags in Pulse-Chain, if you hold any Pulse-Chain at all, if you hold RH tickers, even some of the other tokens, getting a real algorithmic stablecoin over the Pulse-Chain, something, if it was to get forked back to other blockchains, just imagine the marketing potential that has for us. Okay, so think about that, right? It's kind of, it ticks all the boxes. It ticks all the boxes as we go along. Now, I suppose we can get to really what we're all here for, I think, which is MAFIA, right? MAFIA, BNB MAFIA, and Pulse MAFIA are such a behemoth of a protocol. I think they're fantastic, right? If you are here because of MAFIA, let me know. Let me know in the chat, right? Let me know what's going on in the chat. Because if you're in a family, let me know. I know Crypto Furio, I know you are a syndicate member, the directorate, right? But MAFIA is absolutely huge. MAFIA is just going from strength to strength to strength to strength. We've seen a bunch of new families pop up recently. We've seen a bunch of stuff, right? I will do this. I want to show you something as well, actually, in MAFIA, which I think is really cool. Let me share this screen again. Hopefully it won't default back to that thing after. This is BNB MAFIA, okay? BNB MAFIA right now, I think in the last month, we've seen a few new families, John. We've seen, I think, 4 new families have come across our way. We can see right here now on the BNB MAFIA one. So we've got 21 crime families, 985 active players, and the vault is approaching 190 BNB. So we're literally going to be hitting the 200 BNB mark really soon. Okay, really soon. I'm really happy about that because we've saw a massive uptick in that vault over the last few weeks. It is largely down to the new families and the new people that are playing the game, purchasing of the keys, you know, interacting with the marketplace, all of that really good stuff. But I want to show you this. Okay, so I have a demo account, right? The demo account, which I'll be showing you stuff going forward. It is this one, so I don't need to hide it. But I want to show you something which I think is really cool. Look at that little badge. What this enables me to do is play the game, show you guys all this cool stuff, and maybe some extra little things on the way, right? So we can see. It's a Voce del Padrino, which basically means the voice of the Godfather, right? Because I kind of am the evangelist mouthpiece for the Jacob ecosystem. And yeah, how cool is that? Don't you like it? I think that's great. I think it's great. Okay, so I wanted to have a look at the families actually, because we can see, you know, in the last few weeks, we've had new families join. We've had families joining different allegiances, and we can see here that very quickly we have Richie and his Black Thistle family, Richie Mischief, Crypto Mischief on YouTube. Go and check him out. He's got some really cool stuff. He's a bit of a founder as well. He's got his own few projects as well. But Richie joined, and his family went kind of into, it was like 10 days of rocket ship up through the ranks. They've managed to get themselves into the 4th position, and they're holding it pretty strong, right? They're holding number 4 pretty strong at the minute. They've got 39 members. They've got a bunch of MAFIA staked. They've staked 11 million MAFIA. That's pretty cool. They've guaranteed themselves, literally in like the last 3 weeks, they've guaranteed themselves now a weekly payout from the vault at the current vault standings at 2.8 BNB every week, right? We know that if you are new to MAFIA, if you don't know much about MAFIA and you're here having a look for the first time, or the second time or whatever, and you don't really know much about it. Mafia is a game where you create a character. You can create or join a family if you want. You don't have to. You can play rogue also. Basically, what you do through a series of in-game tasks, you rank up your character, and by completing these in-game tasks, you're earning this in-game cash. This in-game cash, then you can bridge out into Mafia, BNB, or Mafia Pulse, and you can just earn money by doing that, right? You literally, if you just want to go and, you know, just play the game just by yourself, running around and doing various heists, you can do smaller heists like robbing hot dog vendors, or you can rank up your character and you can do things like robbing banks. You can steal cars. You can do various different types of smuggling, like we saw in the video at the very beginning by Archie. You can do basically a bunch of these different things, in-game tasks, rank up your character and earn real money. Right, but the ultimate goal, really, I guess, if you wanted to really take the game really seriously, the strength in numbers, right? You know, so the earning potential in, you know, when you have a bunch of people behind you, like a family, is going to be a little bit higher, right? So the ultimate goal really is for the families to try and get themselves at least into the top 8 positions. If you're in the top 8 positions, you're kind of guaranteed a payout. At least the top 5 are. The top 5 families are guaranteed a payout from the vault every single week. We can see here over on the right hand side where it says vault access. Okay, so vault access, number 1 family gets 30%. So the vault will pay out 10% of its value every single week. Okay, that 10% gets divided up between the top 5 families. So 30% goes to the number 1, then 25, 20, 15, and 10. If you were in places 6, 7, or 8, if the vault payout on a week-to-week basis is going up, so it's trending up, that means that the game is doing well, right? And we're making money. Then the vault will pay you 5% from the payout that goes out, right? An additional 5%. If the week-to-week payout is going down, trending down, because maybe a bad week, or maybe one of the big families is gone, or whatever, then there will be no conditional payout. Okay, so even though, yes, being in the top 8 is good, being in the top 5 is great. Okay, and we want to go from good to great, don't we? Always. Let's have a look in here. Matt is saying, how high can we expect the weekly BNB payouts to say for the number 1 family? Well, okay, right. I remember doing some of this moon math in the beginning, and it's kind of interesting, okay, because if we think, we always said that with BNB, for example, that the vault requirement that we would need to hit in order to make the game successful at launch would be to get 500 BNB. Okay, so 500 BNB at today's price. Let me have a look here. Okay. Hello, DJ Hexagon. Hello, welcome. Okay, BNB. Okay, so right at the moment, BNB is nearly $600. So we would estimate, right, that at 500 BNB at the moment is, let's just say it's 296,000. Let's just say it's 300,000. Okay, so the vault payout every week will be $30,000. That's based on today's BNB price, right? I don't know about you, but I think that BNB has a hell of a long run in this market before we see a top. I threw out a prediction, I don't know, a year ago, and I said that BNB would probably do $2,500 this cycle. Some people have said more, some people have said 5,000, some people have said I'm silly and they're going into 9 and 10. Let's just keep it at today's price, right? So that will pay out $30,000 every single week in vault payments, and 30% of that would then go to number 1 family. That's without everything. That's literally just for being a number 1 place, right? If we think about it, then what about if those families have smuggling routes? If those families have, if they're doing a lot of heists, if they're you know, because obviously they have bullet factories as well, right? So some of the players in the game, in the marketplace, some of the players are getting bullet factories. We know that bullets and health are going to be other tokens, right? With their own LPs, they're going to be, you know, traded as usual. But when you bridge them into game, you can use them then to go around killing people, whatever. Or if you're the owner of a bullet factory, you can literally bridge them into the game. I think they'll probably be already in game at that stage. And then you will literally be able to sell them to other people. So the vault payment, even though let's just say that the top family at today's prices is getting $10,000. What happens if BNB, according to my prediction, then does a 4x from here? Right, that means they're effectively getting $40,000. Right, $40,000 a week. What happens then if some of the pie in the sky moon math that my friends are talking about, right? So it goes to, you know, $5,000, $7,000, right? So effectively, the number one family could be getting 70, 80, maybe even $100,000 a week to split between them. Okay, it makes absolute sense to try and get one of these top spots. It's, well, Jesus, $100,000 a week. That wouldn't be too bad, would it? And not only that, that's only on BNB, right? If you're playing on Pulse Chain, which a lot of the families are, a lot of the families have families also on Pulse Chain, they're making the same amount of money over on Pulse Chain, right? But they're getting it in Pulse. We know that there's going to be other chain deployments too. We know, we've already spoken. I did a stream to announce the news last week, no, week before, that the game is also going to be on Base chain and it's also going to be on Solana, right? There's going to be definitely going to be like a staggered launch with those ones, with other deployments, because with Base chain we know it's EVM, right? So it's literally compatible to basically all the code that we're doing now. It's like a one-to-one copy, nice and easy. With Solana, because Solana is what is it? Rust, I think is the, yeah, I think, yeah, it's a programming language, which is different, right? We know that there is. Jacob was mentioning that there was someone out there who's created some sort of patch that you can literally copy things across. But for now, it'll be Base. Hey, how you doing, Mike? CryptoCuban. Everyone, Mike CryptoCuban is the Don of the Warriors family. So that is actually the second new family that we were just talking about. Literally just talking. Sorry, scratched his throat again. Literally, we're just talking about you. So the Warriors, again, another new family, managed to jump their way into 7th position so far, doing pretty well. Yeah, ranked number 7, 11 members, part of the OG Elite, OG Alliance, along with the Untouchables, which is Crypto Pride, and with Richie, right? So those guys, absolutely rocking it so far. Absolutely rocking it so far. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Can you run over the numbers again real fast for Mike? Okay, yes. So Matt was asking how much realistically we think you can be making from being in the number one family. Okay, so let's just say, I'll do this quickly. So let's just say we know that we need 500 BNB in the vaults by the time we launch to make sure that everything ticks along properly. Okay, so number one family, sorry, so 500 BNB, according to today's price, is about 300 grand, right? It's a bit less, it's 296. So, but let's just say 300. Okay, so the vault will pay out 10% of that value every week, right? So the vault will pay out $30,000. Okay, and then the top family, so that's $30,000 a week based off today's BNB price. So $30,000 a week will come out, and then 10% of that goes to number one family. Okay, so basically number one gets 30% of that payout, number two 25, number three 20, 15, and then 10. Okay, so based on today's prices, pretty good money. But if you think that BNB this cycle is right now, it's at $600. If you think that BNB will go to 2.5 grand, $5,000, Okay, then you can see this, you know, you could literally be making 50, that top family could be making 50,000, 60,000, 80,000, $100,000 a week, depending on the price. That doesn't include anything that you do in game, any of the heists, any of the development that you do, any of the city inflation, any of the city inflation. It doesn't include anything like that. That's literally just the vault payout. And obviously, as new families and new players come on board, the vault continues to grow. You know, and not only that, like I was saying, now Mike, this might be good for you to hear as well. The money to be made on BNB is the same as the money to be made on Pulse, right? So if you have a family on BNB and you're getting that kind of money, it would kind of make sense to also do the same family over on a different chain and try and get into the same position, because it's the same money, right? You know what I mean? So you can earn, let's say you're earning $50,000 a week on BNB. If you're in the same position over on Pulse, you'll probably be doing the same. And again, obviously, it depends on the vault. If we have a massive influx of new people, what happens when there's 1,000 BNB in the vault? Or what happens when there's 1,500 BNB in the vault? You know, literally, the bigger the game grows, the more money you're making. Like, I keep saying this time and time again, and I really believe it. I think people are going to be playing this game almost like a full-time job. They're going to be sitting down and they're going to be doing 8 hours a day at this. And then when they're not around, they're going to have their helper bots to be doing all the tasks for them when they're not around, right? Because the money that can be made is absolutely phenomenal. Okay, let me just jump in here into the chat again. Run past the numbers. Mike said, let's go. Yes, exactly. Do crimes pay cash or mafia? Everything in-game. So if you're actually playing anything in the game itself, you get in-game cash, right? That in-game cash, you will be able to bridge out to mafia on the way out. So mafia and then into whatever you want. So everything is in-game cash right now. And that's why I really believe that in-game cash, the in-game cash economy is going to be even bigger potentially than the vault. I think the vault will kind of be a secondary thing. I think the vault will be more for status, because as you do things in a family actually in the game itself, do your smuggling, do your heists, own land, right? With land tiles are coming, own, you know, set up different businesses, manage your shop items, all this kind of stuff. That in-game economy itself is going to be absolutely massive. You say here that you like base. Yes, we are going to be on base chain. I can tell you, okay, here's maybe a bit of alpha, right? Because base is EVM, we can launch base faster than we can do Solana, right? So we'll do base first. We don't know if it'll be at the same time. I don't think we'll launch on Pulse, BNB, and base all at the same time. Literally, like press go button, because obviously we need time for the vault to build up over there. Right now we've got 300k in the Pulse chain vault. I don't know. Let me have a look here at the vault on BNB. I don't know what the vault is on BNB. I haven't looked at it today. What? Vault is 112, equivalent to 112. Okay, so obviously this has to build up. Pulse has already hit its sacrifice, or its vault requirements. But Jacob was saying today this for base, because in order to try and build up that vault as quick as possible, really, we'll probably do like an adoption lobby. And with the adoption lobby, we'll do it a bit different from different sacrifices we've done for different projects, because if you want to play the game, if you're already playing the game on Pulse or on BNB or on both or whatever, if you know, like you say now, oh, base is coming, so we want to play on base, but we need to hit the vault requirements as soon as possible. So what Jacob has said is we'll probably do like an adoption lobby, kind of like a sacrifice for it, but it's not going to be like a lost leader sacrifice. So, you know, I sacrifice and I just get my tokens. Okay, that's normal sacrifice. What Jacob has said, which I think is really interesting, I think is actually pretty clever too. Let's just say you were to sacrifice $1,000 for base to get it up and running quicker, right? You will then, yes, you will be rewarded with the sacrifice tokens. So you will get your $1,000 worth of tokens, but you will also get $1,000 worth of keys and or OG NFTs. So the things which we know are needed in order to get the game rolling. So effectively, by sacrificing, you're actually getting a 2x on your sacrifice immediately. You're getting all the keys and you're getting the OG NFTs as well as your tokens. Pretty clever. I like the way the guy thinks. And that will enable us to hit the vault requirements really rapid and get the game moving. Isn't that cool? Isn't that cool? So that's what we'll probably do for base, right? Because obviously we know the size of base. I know, Mikey, you know the size of base. Mike has literally just said it smells like opportunity. It does smell like opportunity. It's a fantastic way to get us there, 0 to 60, you know. Sorry, that's my Telegram. People are blowing up my Telegram. Yeah, so there you go. I think that is going to be fantastic for base. Obviously, there is a lot of, you know, there's really a lot of things happening over here now. Map is 75% of the way there. Anyone that was going to ask about that. 75% of the way there. Basically, everything back end is done. It's just all the cosmetic niceties, you know, the nicey parts that Jacob wants to brush up on, right? So that's really everything that's on there. Yeah, it's just mostly cosmetic stuff. Right now, it really is very, very important that if you are in a family, that you put plans in place to hold your top spots. If you're already lucky enough to be in the top spot, do your best to stay there. The closer we get to launch, I think the closer, you know, the closer we get to launch, the more opportunity new people have to come in. We see how fast these, like Mike and Richie and the Messinas and a few of the others, you can literally start a family. People say to me, "Oh my God, but am I late to it already?" Like, the game is not even launched yet. How can you be late? We've seen that you can go into top 7 position or top 4 position just in a couple of weeks. Just in a couple of weeks. So I would expect there's going to be a lot of new families coming very, very soon. Actually, I can tell you there are going to be new families coming soon, because later this week there should be another family announcement, another stream. Next week, in a perfect world, I want to say there's 2 new families joining, but I don't know if they'll both do on stream. So we'll have to wait and see. But there are other families coming. There are other families coming, and there's some whales coming over here. I'll just say that. I'll just say that. There are whales coming. There's already whales here too, actually. I don't know if you've done all your homework into all the other families. Have a look at the other families and see what they're doing. Some of the families don't particularly have a lot of members, but they got very, very big bags. There's some whales in there already, and they're not really doing much right now because they don't have to. They're basically just sitting on it, guarantee themselves a vault payment, and wait to see what everyone else is doing. That's kind of the way it's rolling. So if it's a thing that you're interested in looking at when we go over to base, think about doing some of the other families too, on maybe some of the other blockchains that we already have, like Pulse, for example, if you are one or the other, because the money that's there to be made is the same on 2 chains. That's why a lot of families are on both. And that's why a lot of families have sister families underneath them to try and take up as many of those top 5 spots as possible. There's a lot of money to be made, really a lot of money to be made. Guys, my throat was absolutely, it's just, I don't know, this is room. So that is kind of MAFIA. What, there was one more thing I wanted to say on MAFIA. What was it? No, 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 no. No, that was kind of it. Look, if there's anything else, guys, if there's anything that you think I'm missing, let me know. Stay tuned on the channel for the next couple of days, because there are going to be there's going to be some videos dropping about some of the other projects, not specifically MAFIA. I think we talk about MAFIA pretty much all day, every day in the telegrams. In the telegrams. So I think pretty much everything is kind of covered. I'm going to be dropping the video series, like I say, on PUSD Algo, which is a new stablecoin. Again, people like Mike, some of the other guys that might not know about it, there is currently a project which Jacob is building, Jacob and team are building. It came around before MAFIA. It's still in the works, because we need Oracle infrastructure and stuff like that. And it's for an algorithmic stablecoin that fixes the problems that Luna had, basically. It's going to be, my opinion, it's going to be a flagship product for Pulse Chain. One of those kind of projects that probably will get forked to other chains, for sure. So I've got a video series coming up about that. So stay tuned for that one. Again, guys, you know, sacrifice is open. There is a link in the description for a 20% bonus if you want to sacrifice. If you're watching on Twitter, there is my pinned message is the link to that. Go and have a look at it, and make sure you watch the videos that I have coming up in the next couple of days. We'll get through all that stuff. We'll get through all that stuff for sure. Jesus, every time I look at the vault payouts, it's insane to me. I think by the time we launch on Pulse, I think the vault will probably get to about 15, maybe 10 to 15 billion Pulse, which is a lot. I mean, it's already at 300 grand. So let's say it gets to, well, that'd be close to $1 million. Well, if the vault gets to $1 million, that means it's paying out $100,000 a week. And that means that the top family from the get-go is getting 30,000 from the get-go. And that's based on the current price of Pulse. And we're all expecting Pulse to do at least 50x from here. I'm going to leave it at that. Yeah. Hey guys, look, reach out to me whenever you want. I'm reaching out to some of the guys now. There's a number of different streams that I'm doing. I don't just want to be doing like recycling streams with people. You know, if I do one with one person, I'll do the same kind of stream with another one. I want to try and bring us a bit closer together. I'm going to set up a stream which is basically called Meet the Influencers. So basically everyone that is in MAFIA on both chains, who pretty much has a YouTube channel, who actually has some influence out there. I want to get everyone together so we can pool all our ideas and really hit the ground running with this and blow it out the water. Really, we have a few now. You know, we have. I think if we were to do a stream, and I think if we were to like simultaneously stream on everyone's channel, I think we're hitting tens of thousands of people, and those are the type of numbers that we need. Right, we need those type of people, especially the way things are going now. We're getting closer and closer and closer to launch. Right, land tiles. Land is coming up. I put a post out on X. The way that you could really get lucky with the crates, and you could open a crate and you can get a bullet factory, for example. The bullet LP hasn't been set up yet, right? So yes, you have bullet factory, but you're not doing anything with it. If you were to open a land tile, and if you're lucky enough to open a hotel in a nice area, which will be the same equivalent level to the bullet factory, you start earning city inflation straight away. So you start earning in-game cash straight away. In-game cash is going to be massive for this game. There's so many things you can do with it. For example, if you want to play on the roulette or the in-game, you have to do it with this. If you want to buy guns or buy bullets, you do it with the in-game cash. You do it all with the in-game cash. You know, so that's what you're doing. You're bridging in and you're bridging it back out. It's perfect. Okay, I'm going to love you and leave you there, guys, because I don't know what it is. I'm not sick anymore. It's just here. Right, so that's kind of it. Listen, like, subscribe, notification bell. If you're on X, Make sure you share us around. If you're on YouTube, please share it around. If it's a thing that you don't know how to get in touch with us, check it down there, right? Down there we have t.me/PLS Mafia, t.me/BNB Mafia game. If you want to learn how to be a good player in the game, mafia-hq.com, which is a website Archie set up. Go and read the wiki. The wiki changes all the time. There's a bunch of new stuff in there already from last week. Small little updates all the time. Small little updates all the time. That's what we like, right? It means we're getting closer and closer and closer to where we need to be. Okay, that's kind of it. I think that's kind of it, really. We've been through all the projects. Look at everything. I really think that having this adoption of it for base, I think it's going to be great. The fact that whatever you sacrifice, yes, you get the tokens, but you also get the equivalent in keys and or the OG NFTs. I think that is great. I think that's great. I think that is absolute. That makes me so much more bullish. I was considering what I was going to do about base because I don't have any exposure over there. I'm going to have to go and learn about base. But the sheer numbers that are out there. I mean, Mike, we'll have to catch up on a call anyway. Just to it, you can tell me more about base and what we could do over there, because I think it's absolutely such a huge opportunity, such a massive opportunity. Okay, guys, that's it. Look, do your homework on POSD Algo. Keep hit notification bell, because I'm dropping videos on it. Right? You need to learn about this. You need to learn about this, and I will catch you all on the next one. Okay, I think that's it.
Different where it's an honor. Got an anonymous tip, boss?
This is it. We staged the heist tonight.
And keep an eye on Kool-Aid. He's been known to water the plants.
Let's keep the plants out of this and focus on the job.
All right, Johnny, I'm sorry. Keep the change, you filthy animal.